are unstoppable because the most unstoppable people never stop being students. Someone shared this link with you and said, come in here about AI finance. Whatever they told you, I don't know, but you showed up. And so I really honor that and I celebrate that. And I thank you for being here. So let me start by saying a shift is happening in our world. A lot of things have changed. In some sectors, it's quiet. In some sectors, it's really loud. But one thing is certain: the change that is here is permanent. Robert Kiyosaki, famous for his book and literally a movement, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says those who are humble enough to learn anew will succeed in this new age. What I'm about to present to you, to a lot of people, might be new. It might be the first time that you are knowing about a concept like this. But I want you to just, open your heart, free your mind, tear down those walls and just be ready to take in what I'm about to share. And of course, at the end of the session, you are free to ask your questions. So let us proceed. Money is no longer just being stored. Money is becoming intelligent. Yes or yes. Money is becoming intelligent. We're moving from a world where not just humans now are controlling money, but to a world where systems are now helping to manage it. I did a bit of research a while back and I stumbled on a few things I'm about to share with you. So this is a report by Reuters. HSBC appoints first chief AI officer. And I often would say this is a role that many years ago was not existing, right? I remember when live streaming became a thing and I came on the platform called Periscope. Now, some of you might not even know Periscope. It doesn't exist anymore. But Periscope was one of the first live streaming platforms. So before Facebook Live, Instagram Live, TikTok Live, YouTube Live, and all the lives you have today, Periscope was the platform. And when I started, I was one of the early adopters on the African continent. A lot of people didn't understand it. A lot of people were scared because you just go live. You don't even know who is coming. You don't even know what they're going to say to you. And so people were just, not really interested in exploring. But me, I was curious. I was fascinated and I decided to explore. And I remember it got to a period of time where I built some credibility, right? And so people who were trying to figure it out, wanted me to start coaching them. And I love strategy. My day job, I'm a strategist, right? I'm a PR strategist. So I started using the word strategist way back then. And I remember I would call myself a live streaming strategist. And people would come and, say, which one is this one? I've never met a live streaming strategist before. And I would say, yeah, but you've met one now. I say all of that to say the machines are here and there are rules that are coming up in major institutions. HSBC is a global institution. You want to look them up. And so when they start hiring chief AI officers, then the world needs to pay attention. Let's look at another article. Business Insider Africa reports the CEO of the world's largest asset manager firm. Now, that company is called BlackRock. That company is worth $14 trillion. $14 trillion. That's what the company is worth. Now, billionaire CEO Larry Fink, he said something. I want you to look at the bottom here, the last paragraph. He said the old model of global capitalism is fracturing. The vast majority of wealth has flowed to people who owned assets, not to people who earned most of their money by working. If you can hear me, if you're still here, I want you to put assets in the chat. Just put assets. Just type it in. I want to make sure that we're still together and I'm not talking to myself. Just put assets. There are about 52 of us here. So let's go put assets in the chat. Another article, now this happened just barely 2 weeks ago. This is less than 2 weeks ago. Bank of America, the Bank of America recently appointed a global executive to lead their digital asset strategy. And I want you to see what they have here. Adam Dixon, a 2-decade veteran of the firm, will coordinate enterprise-wide crypto and tokenization efforts from London. Crypto and tokenization. When I saw this, I'm like, look, the world is catching up to what we have seen and what we are experiencing here. And again, we're excited for all the first timers. We're excited that you are here. Now, this is it. Every new system creates early advantage for those who understand it. So in the little time we have, I'm going to try to break this down in a way that even a 12-year-old will understand it. I like to make things really simple. But before we proceed, let's watch this video. School of Hard Knocks. Oh, I just saw today he interviewed Aliko Dangote. I can't wait. I think after this session, I'm going to go watch the full interview. If you don't know this young man, his name is James, and his channel is called School of Hard Knocks, and he goes around the world. As a matter of fact, he introduces himself as someone who became a millionaire from interviewing rich people. I mean, you got to watch his channel. So anyway, he recently interviewed a self-made billionaire, 31 years old, and I want you to listen and maybe share your thoughts in the chat as you listen.
We just interviewed the youngest self-made female billionaire alive. It's great to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, super happy we were able to make it happen.
Yeah, same here.
There's no holding back. We got to give them the blueprint on how to build a $1 billion company in today's world.
Sounds good.
Can we make that happen?
We can try.
What was that first big company that you started?
Yeah, so we were the picks and shovels of the AI industry, so we really help label data for other AI companies to help train their models. So self-driving cars are one of our first customers. They sent us like all their images, LiDAR data, videos, etc., and we would help them label what was a car, pedestrian, stop sign on the road. This obviously involved into other tasks that we did, but that was what helped that company reach unicorn status.
Did you come from a lot of money?
No, I didn't. My parents were Asian immigrants.
Did you end up selling your company?
Meta technically bought 49% of it.
For how much money?
Like 26 billion.
26 billion. If you lost everything tomorrow, could you make it all back?
I think so, yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
And what would you do?
I just built another AI company.
Is that the greatest opportunity in our lifetime right now?
I think it's the greatest opportunity in our lifetime right now because it's the first time also that like anyone can build a tech company, right? Because I think a lot of people are like ideas people, but they can't build tech companies because they don't have the technical skills. And before we used to make fun of these people, but now it's like if you have product sense, if you have marketing, etc., like you're actually at an advantage because we have all these tools to help you build tech companies. But I think AI right now, because it's so new and there's so many untouched industries that can be made 1,000 times more efficient with AI. And when you can change the P&L of a business, you have a unicorn.
How old are you today?
I am 31.
Amazing advice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. We just interviewed the young
31 years old. And a couple of things I find fascinating, not just the fact that Meta bought 49% of her company for 25 to 26 billion. That's a whole different conversation. But the fact that he asked her if she lost everything today, what would she do to make it all back? And she said, I'll just build another AI company. So whether you believe it or not, the machines are here and they're not going anywhere. And they're gradually disrupting every sector. And I'm about to show you how it is disrupting the world of finance. But before that, let's watch another video about how AI...
This is China's AI-powered doctor's office. And the craziest part is there's no doctor inside. It can diagnose you in 60 seconds and dispense medicine on the spot. When you step in, you tell it your symptoms. The AI asks follow-up questions like how long you've been sick, what else you're feeling, and your medical history. Within 60 seconds, it completes a diagnosis and sends the data to a remote doctor for review. Once approved, the machine dispenses the medicine immediately. China is rolling out 1,000 of these kiosks nationwide, expected to serve around 3 million people.
Okay, another amazing video, and the truth is, this is where I'm going. And guys, feel free to share your thoughts, right? AI is disrupting. It's changing how the world works. It's reshaping healthcare. It's transforming business models. It's redefining how companies are competing. It's disrupting education, and it is changing the world of finance. I often would say the very first day I heard about this opportunity was the very first day, I became a partner in this company. Probably because I've been in the online space for a bit, and I've also been a part of something that was pioneering. I think it was quick for me to first believe that what they were saying was possible was really possible. If you see how AI is disrupting, sectors around It shouldn't be far-fetched for you to believe that it can actually disrupt the financial sector. However, let's move. Let's not dwell too much on AI. Let's talk about blockchain. So, what is blockchain? For me, I like to say blockchain is not about crypto hype. It's about who controls value, and that word is really key. So, I want you to imagine with me a notebook. If you're around a book or a journal, you can grab it, and I want you to look at it, right? Imagine that notebook. So there are about 72 of us on this call. So imagine that all of us can see that book that you're holding in your hands, right? But none of us can secretly change what is inside that book. Every time money moves, it is written inside that book that you're holding in your hands. Once it is written, nothing can be erased. That notebook is what we call blockchain, right? That's how it operates. So instead of one bank, one institution controlling your money, there is now a shared system that everybody can verify. So trust moves from not just a person, not just a bank, not just an institution to a system. And that makes a world of difference. Now, this is where we're going. I want you to imagine that system combined with AI that can make decisions. That's where the future of money is going. The question is no longer if AI will change money, it is who understands it early enough to benefit. There are, great possibilities when you are a part of something that is pioneering. Yeah, does it come with its risks? Absolutely, but then you weigh it. I would often share how when I came on Periscope, over a decade ago, it was scary. Remember, I talked about you don't even know what they're going to say to you. I knew people who, for years, they would stay on, they would watch people go live, they would watch people build their personal brands and have opportunities come their way, but they were too scared. They thought it was too risky. They didn't know what people would say to them. I'm like, these people don't even know you like that. Why are you so concerned? Well, I wasn't going to sit back and wonder what people are going to say and what they're not going to say. I jumped on it. I remember 6 months of going live on Periscope. My channel trended. I became the first African woman to trend on Periscope. And that opened a world of opportunities for me. I remember the first time I got a message on Facebook. A lot of opportunities I got to speak and, get featured in major newspapers came from someone who would have watched me live. I remember 2019, I'm in my home office, I'm looking at my award in India. I was invited to the Women Economic Forum. And I remember when I met the lady, beautiful Indian girl, Niharika. I sat with her in a coffee shop in the hotel, and I said, how did you find me? Like, tell me the story. And she said, I watched you live on Instagram. And instantly I connected with you. I started following. I saw the work you were doing. And when it was time for me to nominate women who were influencing their world for good, I nominated you. An absolute stranger. I'm saying all of that to say, AI finance, yes, it's not everywhere. Not everyone gets it. But if you say, okay, just because it's not all over the place, then I'm not going to touch it. I'm telling you, there might be a lot more you're losing when compared to if you decide after listening to this presentation to say, you know what, I think I'm going to take a chance on this. Let's watch another video, and we're almost there. Trust me.
Everybody wants to become a millionaire. When's the last time? Be honest. This is for you to learn. This is not for you to be a smart aleck. This is not for you to impress me. I don't care. I really don't care at all. I'm just trying to share something with you. When is the last time that you have gotten with 10 people or 5 people or 3 people and you sat in a room for 5 hours figuring out how to make $1 million? When? When was it? Tell me when was it? The topic is how to make $1 million this year. And we're going to sit here and we're going to come up with idea after idea after idea after idea after idea until we come up with a starting point. Have you done that? How simple is that? How do you think you'll make $1 million when you won't even discuss the topic?
Very powerful question. How do you think you'll make $1 million if you won't even discuss the topic? I have good news for you, though. Holt and Bucks were saying, when was the last time you gathered with people for 5 hours? We're not gathering here for 5 hours. As a matter of fact, in the next 25 minutes, I'll be done. And we don't have to go over idea after idea after idea. I'm just going to share with you one idea that is currently disrupting our world. And at the end of the day, you get to decide. But before we begin, let me do a bit of a disclaimer. This session is for understanding how digital financial systems are evolving. At the end of the day, every financial decision involves some level of uncertainty. It's not just finance, it is life. My goal here is not to remove the risk, but to help you approach it with clarity, awareness, and personal responsibility. If you do choose to explore this further, let it be based on your understanding, your current situation, and what you're comfortable with. But permit me to say this, the biggest risk today, it's not losing money. Because when opportunities like this come, the first thing you're like calculating, what if I lose money? No, it's not what you could lose. It is not understanding how money is changing. It's doing business as usual and thinking that the world is waiting for you. That's the biggest risk today. So that being said, allow me to introduce you to Aurum. This is another video. Let's watch.
Aurum Neobank is a next-generation financial ecosystem with a fully integrated cycle. Top up your balance, earn through the trading bot, spend with your card, and restart the loop. Choose from 4 card tiers: Nova, Imperium, World Elite, and Infinity. Each unlocks access to cryptocurrency payments, low fees, and premium rewards. No verification required. Minimal fees. Physical card included. Higher transaction limits. Take control of your finances and grow your wealth with Aurum Neobank. Aurum
Take control of your finances and grow your wealth with Aurum Neobank. If you're still with me, it's time to put wealth in the chat. Wealth. Just type it in there. Wealth, wealth, wealth. It's time to grow your wealth with Aurum Neobank. So Aurum, who are we? It's a decentralized fintech company. We're dedicated to the development of innovative crypto products and AI-powered algorithms that redefine how users manage and grow their digital assets, right? So we don't just earn, but we empower. So this is a quick glance at Aurum AI Finance. Multiple functions include hold function, growth function, spend crypto with ease. We have the crypto and fiat merge, our trading, AI agents, and of course, our very own exchange platform. But I want you to understand this. Aurum is not just another crypto project. What we're doing at Aurum Foundation is combining crypto banking plus AI-powered trading. And it makes a world of difference, right? Because there are many things that we've seen AI do. There are many ways AI is disrupting. There are ways that AI is multiplying, the efficiency of how things are done. Just even take basic ChatGPT, right? I mean, some tasks that typically would take you hours, maybe weeks and months of research, with the right prompt and of course the right, I always say, look, with AI, it's garbage in, garbage out. I love the tools, but I also understand that if you don't know how to work the tools, you don't get the best out of the tools. AI is disrupting our world, and I truly believe that even in the world of finance, what we're seeing happen now is one of the most, phenomenal things that we get to experience in our lifetime. At Aurum, we're offering you access to digital assets and yield opportunities. Think of it as us bridging institutional finance with Web3 systems, right? Web3 systems. So a platform trying to make crypto feel more like structured finance. At the end of the day, someone's got to do it. Platforms like Aurum sit at the intersection of 3 things: AI, decision-making, crypto, digital money, finance, wealth systems. Aurum is not just a product. It is part of a larger shift. Now, this is our big business model. What does it look like on the inside? So it starts here, access to the Aurum ecosystem. So with $19.99 USDT per year, so it's an annual fee, you unlock all the features in our ecosystem, which includes the trading bots and participation in our partner program. We have our Aurum cards, which you can use your crypto for everyday purchases, online or offline, withdraw from ATMs, shop globally, all through a premium crypto debit card. We also have our Aurum Exchange, the AI bots, the Aurum Neobank, and Aurum Real World Assets. Now, this part gets interesting. Earlier on, I talked about how the first day I heard about this opportunity was the very day I became a partner. First reason I gave was because I saw that AI was involved. The second reason why I joined is what I'm about to show you. Personally, for me, it mattered to not just see, but to know the people behind the company. For me, I was deeply convinced. Again, this is personal, but I've been out on the streets of the internet for a bit, and to a large extent, I can sort of have a stint at what is legit and what is just crazy. Brian Benson is Aurum Foundation CEO. He comes with almost 3 decades of experience. Brian has led initiatives in crypto, blockchain, and DeFi across global markets. Brian sits at the Forbes Finance Council. This for me was a big deal. I have some friends who are in the Forbes Coaching Council. And I know with Forbes, you just don't wake up, right? You don't lobby, you don't pay. There's due diligence, there's background check, there's fact check, there's credibility check, right? For you to be on the council. And Brian Benson sits quite nicely at the Forbes Finance Council. But I also need you to know a couple of things. Brian sits at the intersection of 3 things. I think the wealth of knowledge that Brian brings to Aurum, for me, matters a lot. Because we're not dealing with someone who just woke up and is trying to figure something out and so just throws up this opportunity, and just because it looks like there's money to be made, then everyone jumps on it. No. Brian sits at the intersection of 3 areas: traditional finance from his time at Morgan Stanley, crypto, the world of crypto from his time at Binance. As a matter of fact, he served as managing director for Latin America, where he was responsible for the expansion of Binance into that region. And of course, now the world of AI. See the statement I'm about to read. I need you to write it down. I want you to take a screenshot because you do not need to forget this. Brian's belief is simple, but it's powerful. AI plus crypto will redefine how money works globally. See the statement. Hold on to it, especially those of you coming for the first time. You see the statement. If you forget everything I said tonight, please don't forget this. If anyone had told me, back in the day, how Periscope, a platform that just pretty much you just touch a button and go live. If anyone had told me it will take me from a local girl just minding her business to someone with global influence. I've spoken twice on the TEDx stage, local and international. I've spoken on stages across 4 continents. I've received awards for my work. I have served all manner of dignitaries. It's mind-blowing. Up until my last count, I had served clients in over 30 countries. All of that was made possible because a platform came up. And even though it didn't make sense, and a lot of people used to think I was crazy, I don't think I've talked about that enough. People just used to wonder, what's she doing with her phone? What's she doing? Live streaming is everywhere now, so you just probably it won't click. But back in the day, it just was weird. What's she always doing? Who's she talking to? Always talking to her phone. Well, while they were laughing and saying I'm always talking to my phone, doors were opening around the world. I look at where I am today. I look at the opportunities it brought for me and also the exposure for my children. And I am grateful that I said yes. It was new. It wasn't tested. People didn't understand it. But I was like, I'm going. That's what this statement is right here. You see the statement? AI plus crypto will redefine. Now, whether you believe it or not is entirely up to you. Me, I believe. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm taking this class. I believe. I'm seeing it happen. I'm tasting it already. I'm experiencing it. And the person who invited you here tonight is already partaking of it. AI plus crypto will redefine how money works globally. More specifically, this is how it works. First, AI removes emotional decision making in trading. No emotions. No, I'm having a bad day. No, I'm in a hurry. I need urgent 100K. Let me just go and do nonsense. No, no emotional decision making. Crypto removes centralized control of money. We talked about this. It's a system now. It's not one person. It's not one institution. Together, they create something really powerful, an autonomous, borderless finance system. Now, while Brian is not alone in his thinking alongside our core team, they are one of the people actively building around it. But there's even deeper motivation behind Brian's work. I often talk about Simon Sinek. His TED Talk, Start With Why, is one of the most watched TED Talks, and it's really powerful. Before you do anything, start with why. I'm a why girl, and I like to look for people I interact with. I like to know why. Why are you doing this? What's your story? So Brian, his worldview was shaped by a couple of things: experiencing hyperinflation in Peru while growing up, seeing how traditional finance systems can be unequal, and believing that finance should be more accessible and fair. That's a very strong why. That for me does not sound like a person who would want to be a part of anything that would fail, right? I mean, we don't have control over a lot of things, but someone who is setting up himself to succeed. Will there be storms on the way? Absolutely. Are there things that could happen? Yes. But then you just also know that there's a strong why. And that just kind of keeps you grounded. So Brian leans heavily into three things: financial inclusion, open access systems, and decentralization. Let us proceed. Are you getting value? Please let me know. We're about 104 in the room. Is any of this connecting with you? Let me know. Should I slow down? Should I go back? Should I move forward? Please let me know. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Let me know. Okay, value. Thank you. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Akolade. Thank you. All right, so Brian is not the only person we have in our core leadership team. We have Andrew Isaacs, right? Andrew comes with, Jennifer says fire on. Okay, let me fire on. I love it. So Andrew Isaacs is our COO, 18 years in investment banking, $23 billion in executed transactions. Guys, I've been in business for a while. I've not done $1 billion. I've not even done 1 billion naira. We're working, we're pushing, we're creating the vision boards. But you see, when I see someone who has done $23 billion in executed transactions, it kind of makes you pause. Like, okay, wait a minute. So what are you doing here? I mean, these are people who, in their own rights, in their own world, they are already established. And this blew me away. I told you guys, I said the slides I'm about to show you was my second reason. Because I looked at experts like Amit Sen, Shane Morand. Shane Morand was part of the core team that scaled an international company from $0 to $1 billion in total sales in under 5 years, impacting 2.2 million families across more than 50 countries. I'm like, what are these people looking for? It can't be my $10,000. It can't be my $1,000. No, there's something they've all seen. And so whoever has shared this opportunity with you tonight, whether you say yes or not, please just go and tell them thank you. Because truth be told, you would have just been there minding your business and things will be happening. And then by the time it blows up, you're like, what's going on? What's happening? Look at the rest of the team. Leonardo Galindez, Chief Executive Officer, Aurum Exchange. Al Risk, our Director of Strategy. Nicholas Kellen, Head of Partnerships. Brent Fulfer, VC Advisory. Tobias Bauer, VC Advisory. I just used to call these guys' names until the day I saw an interview between our CEO and Brent. It was on a red carpet in Dubai. I went crazy. I'm like, what? Because these VC advisories, they don't play. These venture capitalists, no. They're not going to bring investors into something that they will now be doing. Actually, no. They do their due diligence. So when I saw that he was a part, and then they broke down his own company, like none of these guys are small fries. Look at Africa. We have our Chief of African Relations, Bakari Kaloko, an ex-deputy finance minister. Haba, haba. What do we have that they are coming to steal? Is what I asked myself. Again, this is my personal conviction. Do with it what you will. But this was my thinking. Like, CEO Clink Mining, 25 plus years in finance and banking. What are you doing here, sir? What have you seen? Ha! That thing you have seen. Me too, I want to see it. Me too, I want to taste it. That's it. Nick Patel, this one is a boss, a big boss on his own. Google his company, Bank of Bullion. This guy deals in gold, 25 plus years in global finance. All about gold trading and real world assets. A couple of years ago, he was awarded the Gas Pioneer Award. What is gas? Gold as a service. These guys are experts in their own right. Look at this. Nick began his career as a stockbroker, equity sales specialist, focusing on metals and diamond mining. His early accomplishments include securing funding for over 100 companies. This is a chairman that funds companies. What is he doing here as part of the core leadership team? What is he doing here as an advisor? No. Whatever they've all seen, I want to see it. Well, let Warren Buffett take this further for me tonight. He says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And this really resonates because I don't know about you, but I really want to get to that place where money starts working for me. I'm not there yet. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Alongside everything else I'm doing, I'm here because I see a future here that I can get to that place, because that's what's happening right now. I wake up, I look at how I started, I look at where my profits are today without my effort because the bots are trading for me. I wake up in the morning and I see profit at my back end and I'm like, okay, this is good. This is even scriptural because as a Christian, I mean, no disrespect to any belief here, there's a scripture that talks about, I'll find it, but I read it recently, that even while you sleep, I don't want to paraphrase it, but I'll find it. But it's just really about this, that while you sleep, things are happening. Things are happening while you sleep. I like that kind of money. Not every time hustle. Then at the point where you should be enjoying the money, you're now dealing with all sorts of nonsense. Please just say God forbid. God forbid. We don't want that kind of money. That kind of money that you walk. When it's time to enjoy it, then they're now rushing you from one place to the other because of stress-related nonsense. That's not our portion. So let's just be smart. Can we all just agree that we're going to be smart? Again, it's up to you whether you say yes to Aurum or not. But for some of us, this is a smart move because we really want to attain financial freedom. Let me proceed. I'm almost done. So when were we launched? 2023. Aurum was officially launched with the release of the XAI bot, marking the beginning of the ecosystem and establishing its AI-driven execution layer. Now at Aurum, we're very careful to not say, there's a fixed guaranteed percentage. You can see the numbers. 2025 January, profit sat at 15.93%. August was the highest month with about 18.32%. However, since its launch, through multiple market phases, because if you trade, and even if you trade, you understand that things happen. War begins somewhere, and the world begins to shake. One person says something in one part of the world, and economies and institutions begin to fumble. Through multiple marketplaces, from strong uptrends to sharp risk-off cycles, high volatility drawdowns, the XAI bot has never closed a month in negative territory. This is our current reality. And we say it very openly with our full chest. It's our current reality. Okay? Now, I shared earlier when I was showing you a big business model that to be a part of the Aurum Foundation, the ecosystem starts with an annual fee of $19.99. After that, step two, pick any of our packages for your trading capital because you need the bot to trade for you. That's why you're here. You want to make money while you sleep. So from basic, which starts at $100, all the way to ultimate. Again, decide what works for you. Decide what your risk appetite level can handle. The one that you will sleep well at night. The one that you will not be saying, what is it? No, 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 please. No, no heart palpitations here. Start with what you're comfortable with. But I want you to see this. At the middle here, you can see the percentages that the higher your investment, the higher your profit. Yeah? Okay. Yes. Jennifer says, God forbid I will be smart. Yes, you will be smart. All right, moving on. We're almost done. Please be getting your questions ready. This is a quick look at our March results and April results for 2026. You can see our total trading pool went from over 105 million USDT to 123 million USDT as of May 1st. Now, just in case you were wondering, can we have a quick glance at what this could look like if we were to invest $1,000, $200, $10,000? Now, looking at those percentages I shared earlier, this is what the profit looks like per month in USD and in Naira. Check this out. If you were to put in 5,000 USDT in the month, you're going away with over a million Naira worth of profit. And as you see on this risk-free column, none of these investments will take up to a year for you to have both your capital and your profit. I haven't even done 2 months. I already have my capital. I have my capital already. And I have profits on top of it. And I'm just seeing the yield and I'm seeing the growth. And I'm not trading. I'm not having sleepless nights. I don't even know trading. Before I joined this, I wasn't a crypto girl. I didn't have anything against it, but I never looked at it. I never paid attention to it. But I was fascinated by it. And I was so grateful when this opportunity was shared with me, right? So at the back end of our ecosystem, we have a profit calculator. And this is just to show you what your investment could look like. If you were to invest $1,000, right? So all of these figures are just the profits without the compounding. If you were to turn on the reinvest button in your back office within the ecosystem, you will find that $1,000 in 3 years will give you about 178,000 USDT. That is wild when you think about it. And if you were to put in that money back again for another 1 year, it will yield about 355,000. How does that sound? Investing $1,000 and be able to look back and it's yielded 355,000 USDT. Now, beyond the XAI bot, we have other products within the ecosystem. We have the Aurum Zeus AI bot. Now, this is advanced AI trading for those coins. If you've got Bitcoin, USDT, Pepe, Doge. Security and user-friendly experience, earning potential, phenomenal, flexible deposits and withdrawal, transparent real-time monitoring. Now, these are for my crypto boys and girls who have coins already, and you can actually have your coins being multiplied by the Zeus AI bot. Now, this is a brief performance overview. Since its launch, it has operated as a fully transparent multi-asset AI execution system with instant access to capital. Another product we have is our Aurum, our Aurum cards, and now this is a partnership with Visa, and it's something we're also really proud of. I often would say you never want to be that person who travels overseas, you have money, but somehow your local bank card refuses to work and you are stuck. That cannot be you. Not after today. Because with your Aurum card, you have instant access to funds. You can withdraw, you can spend crypto as cash anytime, anywhere. directly from your Aurum card, smart payment integration, fully connected with the neobank, high limits, and full flexibility. All right, let's watch one of our partners, pay for.
What's going on, Coach Namdi? How's it going? As I promised you, I wanted to show you that I do indeed have one of the ecosystem of Aurum, and that is the debit card. We're here in Dubai, as you can see behind me, Burj Khalifa. Today is December 5th. I'm about to buy family dinner. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and tap right here. Go show the camera to see what it works. AED. Just come lower so she can see that it works. No, the camera. Up to me. So she can see. Oh, I need to dip in. Okay. Oh, wait.
It works.
There we go. Aurum ecosystem, debit card, freedom. Take care, everyone. What's going
All
on?
right, so that's it. Live in Dubai. I personally have seen this card in action here in Abuja. It's paid for dinner, paid for coffee, paid for lunch. Some of our key achievements are assets under management right now sits at over $600 million. Active partners, almost 200,000 partners globally. So we are growing, we're expanding. Thousands of cards already in use by partners, thousands of leaders attending official Aurum events globally, thousands of Zoom meetings like this every day. Classes are happening in Spanish, in English, in every language, in Arabic, and I love how the company is very invested in our growth. So it's not just drop your money there. If you really want to understand how to build your business with them, especially the partner program, then you're in a good place. Global events happening multiple times every year. I believe some leaders are preparing to be. I think it's somewhere in Turkey next month. All expense paid by the company. Pretty exciting, and of course 8 innovative products. So yeah. Our legal and corporate structure, we are registered in a couple of countries, Poland, Dubai. We actually have our physical office in Dubai, Hong Kong, Canada, and we're getting ready to enter the US market. Now, the vision for Brian is to create 1,000 new millionaires in dollars. Where are all my millionaires? Are they still on this call? Where are they? Where are my millionaires? Please just put your name in the chat. Put your name there. Let me just add my name because me as I am like this, I'm not forbidding money. I am not forbidding money. Money, 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 money. Yes, so Lolo General. Yes, so success. Where are all my millionaires in dollars? Rachel, Demola, Dayo. Let's go. Henry's here live. Donald, marvelous billionaire. Now, come on. The billionaire is here. Promise. Yes, Laura is here. We are here. And this thing is legit. Let me show you. This is from the mouth of our CEO himself. This is the vision of Aurum. I want you to listen. I didn't ask you to put your name there to waste your time. There's a vision to create 1,000 millionaires. I think the number is less than 10 now. So there's room. There's room for us. Those of us that are putting our names there. Just take notes. I'm not playing with you. Listen to Brian. Hear from the horse's mouths.
If you had to describe Aurum's long-term mission in one simple sentence, what would it be?
Well, this is an easy one because this is something that we're really focused on, and one of the reasons that I'm happy to be the CEO here, but we're focused on creating 1,000 millionaires. And so we want to create, $1 billion company, and the easiest math I could think of is 1,000 million is a billion, right? So if we have 1,000 millionaires that have earned that through our platform, I feel like that's going to be a job well done. So yeah, we want to create 1,000 millionaires.
Okay, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Let me end with this, right? And thank you to everyone just putting their names in there, from from your lips, from your mouth, from your fingers, from Zoom to God's ears. Every generation has a shift, right? Some people watch it happen. Some people take time to understand it. I truly believe the difference is not intelligence, but awareness. After tonight, ignorance is no longer an excuse. You cannot say, they didn't tell me, unless you were not paying attention while I was speaking. You now know. What you decide to do with it at the end of the day is entirely up to you. No one is going to put a gun to your neck and say, decide yes or no. No, no, no. We don't do that here. One thing I know we don't do is we don't gatekeep, right? We share the good news. We spread the love. Tonight you were invited into a conversation to understand what's quietly shifting in money, in technology, and opportunity. So that you can do what? Make an informed decision for yourself. Now it's entirely up to you. But let me end with this. Brian Benson says, without great risk, there is no great reward. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me share this opportunity with you tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. I am so honored. Thank you for having me. We're going to open up the floor now for questions. Typically, we'll take a couple. And thank you, guys. I see your claps. Yes, I'm loving it. Thank you, thank you. We take like 2 questions, and we often would say, please go back to the person who invited you. We can't exhaust all the questions on the call, but we'll encourage you to just go back. You can send them a message now and say, I'm in class. I heard one girl. I'm a girl. I heard one girl, Naomi, talk about this, and I've made my decision. I want to get started, and I'll see you on the inside. Can you get tonight's meeting file via email? So Donald, are you a partner or are you new? Typically, the replay is shared in the group, and you can watch it.
Recording stopped.
Oh, you're new. Okay. Coach, over to you.